Hello everybody and welcome. In this video we're going to be doing a little dive into a redesign I did for a reptile combo in Mortal Kombat 9. Here is the final result. And just to start off, I want to mention this isn't so much a tutorial, it's more of just a review of what I've done so that we can all learn together, see what I did wrong, see what I did right. These are the types of videos I like to watch, so I figured I might as well make some as well. So going into the main part here, I've color coded everything decently well. It's not perfect, but the blue here is going to be like the main punches. And if we look at the names, and these aren't raw audio, I'm gonna very good command to know H to hide your tracks. I have processed all of these, so these are somewhat processed. Running through like EQ to get rid of some nasty frequencies and compression mainly. That's pretty much all the processing I did before I brought them in here together. And we can see from the names what they are. So Flesh Punch Glove, boxing glove on my flesh. Flesh Punch Slap, so I'm punching my own leg here. Or I guess slap? Yeah, I guess I'm slapping my own leg there. That sounded way more like a slap, so. And then here, punching bag, glove hit, nice low frequencies, and then punching bag, but I'm slapping it with my bare hand. That one is kind of where most of the meat comes from in this sound. And then I do have another hit here that I'm adding. I mean, I have these two down here, but the other main hit is I punched a pillow with a punching glove. And it has a lot of like fabric-y sounds. So I matched that up with, if you're looking at the video, sometimes Reptile is hitting more of Shang Tsung's skin. Like when he's doing the jump in, he's hitting his head, kicking him in the face there, hitting him in the head. But then you'll see like there, he's hitting him in the legs, sort of. I mean, I know Shang Tsung's like flopping around, but I kind of saw that as hitting him in the legs, or at least like the back of the torso. And then there, obviously in the legs, and that'll be the clothing. So I just kind of matched that up with when it switches from hitting him in the face and the head to more of like a torso and leg. I added the pillow sound effect, just to add some fabric. And then, in Mortal Kombat fashion, bones are being broken and blood is being shed. So celery snap for the bones. Oh, and I have a reverb on everything. I'm just gonna take that off. Actually, I should have done that at the beginning. That was like an environmental thing. I'll go into that, but I'm gonna take it off for now so that we just hear the dry sounds. Not too impressive on its own. I could have added more layers. I mean, I feel like I had enough layers. I could have added more stacked on top of each other, I think maybe, but I think it added a nice bit already. Like, I'm not even gonna add in everything. Just let's hear before and then after. It just adds a little bit. I could have added more probably. But then this is kind of what ties it all together. I just got some tangerines and just smashed them. So they almost sound good on their own. Of course, like that plus like some low frequency hits would probably be enough. But they sound like complete punches on their own, I think. So together, let's hear everything before. And then with the tangerine. Just adds a nice like wet layer. And then I guess we'll go kind of in order. We just got voice lines. They're gonna make noise. They're not gonna be completely silent when they're hitting or getting hit. So these are all me. Sounds pretty funny. This is me doing my reptile. Just I kind of match this to the whooshes. I think these are before, and then you can see they're staggered, and then Shang Tsung's are after. And then Shang Tsung getting hit. Pretty standard stuff. No crazy voice acting there. Next, I'm going a little bit out of order, but the whooshes. So everything here is the whooshes. They really add a lot to the punches. I'm gonna just really quick solo all the punches. So these are what the punches sound like. You know, they sound like punches. And then we add the whooshes, and it just adds a little bit more, context to them. And then also, I forgot to mention, but I did notice when I was just playing that back, I never really realized this. I play a shit ton of fighting games, but I never realized that jumping makes a sound effect. But when I was studying this, they do in fact make sound effects when you jump. I didn't really think about it, but they do. Makes sense. So I have different speeds and different like frequencies for whooshes, and I just made all these whooshes with Vital, the free synth. I can just kind of show. Let's see. I mean, I'll show it when I get into my dash sound effect, because I know where that one is. Because I kind of get rid of all my tracks that I don't use, so I don't know where my instrument track is that I was making it with. But I just mess around with the frequency, mess around with the speed to give it variety, and you can see I name them differently. How do I get the name bigger? There we go. Mid fast whoosh, high fast whoosh. Mid slow whoosh. I probably use like a slower mid, for the jumps, as opposed to a punch would be a higher pitched, faster. So just to add variety, it's not all the same whoosh, just little bits of variety to make them sound different. So I'll do the dash really quick. So that's Reptile's little like command dash movement option. This one it made very similarly to the other dashes down here. If I can go to the instrument, I believe this is it. We can just look at my Vital. Everything is tied to this envelope here, or LFO. The filter is tied to that. The white noise volume is tied to that. Probably, I don't know what else is tied to it, but probably just everything is tied to that. And it's just white noise going through this shape here. And then to add to that, if we look at the automation, I also had a frequency shifter to add to that. So I can't really show you a before and after just because it would take a lot of work for me to reset everything right now. But you can hear the frequency shifting. It's following the same envelope as everything else. You didn't need my voice to do that though. And then next part here, the water hit. If we take a look here, I used water, but it's an acid force ball. But it sounds pretty watery the way I did it. This was the best way I could think to do it. So I took a lot of the punches. Like sounds from the punch effect. Like tangerine sounds pretty wet, and then I think I used two different. I think I pitch shifted tangerine. Yeah, that's a lower pitch tangerine, and then a normal pitch tangerine, and then this just like a flesh slap. Yeah. And then let's break down everything here. So I think, oh yeah, okay. I remember what I did now. Okay, so this one here. Oh, that's just another, oh no. That was a balloon popping. I didn't have many balloons to work with, so I had to kind of go with the first one. I didn't want to use more balloons than I had to, so I just went with the first one I had. I think I should have put it farther from the mic. I think this was too close to the mic. It just kind of sounds like a punch, and I didn't get the pop sound effect. So I ended up, I added this as like one of the last things, but I ended up doing this, which is just my mouth. I could not make a pop sound that I wanted, like that sounds like a cartoony pop. With synthesizers, or I just couldn't get it to the exact sound that I wanted, but my mouth got the exact sound that I needed. And then all of these, they're just staggered hits. I had a bowl of water in my sink, and I was like just swishing my hand around or punching it a little bit. So this is just staggered version of that. And then also this one I was actually pretty proud of. It sounds a little bit goofy on its own. But they're synthesizer like water drop sound effects, and I made 3 different pitches. I believe I made it ascending, so it kind of goes from low to high if I remember correctly, and it sounds just like, it's a nice little like effect layer. very subtle, but you can kind of hear it. Let me see. Like you don't really hear it unless I point it out, but now if I take it away, it's just a nice little like piece of ear candy that just makes you raise your ear at it. Oh, 2012 MacBook. My apologies. So just kind of a nice little layer. And then we got the dash again, and then I'll save that one for last. Those are all the main parts. Oh, this one here, I guess I'll go over that. His little acid slide, reptile slide, I thought this would work way better than it did. I got a pan, got it pretty hot, and then threw some water on it, just like a little drop of water. So, and I wanted that to kind of like slide across the pan. Didn't turn out as well as I'd want it to, but I couldn't think of any other sound I'd want to get because I wanted it to be like a scraping, bubbling acid, and this is as close as I could get. And then I think I just it's the same sound, but I just pitch shifted it. Yep. And then I also added frequency shifter too. So frequency shifter going from high to low. Let's see. Yeah, that's this one here. So that got pretty much the effect that I wanted. I don't know what else I could have done, but that got me definitely in the ballpark of what I wanted. And then here, pillow drop and shirt moving. These are going to be Shang Tsung impacting into the floor. So he does a neutral jump punch here and bounces him off the ground. Really standard sound. I'll show them by themselves. That one's the low frequency hit. And then that one's like the fabric and, I guess flesh too, hitting the ground. And then this one here, it's the actual final knockdown. So it's kind of like a two-hitter, like the front of his body hits first and then the rest of his body falls. So I had this sound effect for that. It's kind of like a staggered, like 1-2. And then just the high frequencies for that as well. That one's just more of a flop. I needed the low frequencies to be the 1-2 more so than the shirt. And then the sound of him getting up. I was just moving a shirt around. Probably could have added footsteps too. I was really paying close attention to the original source audio, and I was really wondering if I should put in footsteps, and I could not hear any footsteps in the original audio. I mean, I can play the original audio. I guess I should have done that in the beginning, but I couldn't hear any footsteps in here, so I chose not to add footsteps. Yeah, of course, I listened to it a lot closer. That was just a very brief listening right there. But yeah, I was trying to match what it did for the most part, and I did not hear footsteps, so I chose not to put them in. And then we got two more, I think just two more parts here. We have the water. As you can see, we are at Deadpool, the name of the stage, and there is water flowing or acid flowing in the background as well as bubbling. I just have a little bit of trouble playing this video while I'm using QuickTime, so I don't want to play it because it'll just freeze, but you can see there's bubbling in the right corner there. So I just got a pot of boiling water here. And then also just pouring water as well. It wasn't large volumes of water. It was probably like a gallon, a bowl that was like close to a gallon, going into another bowl that was close to a gallon. So nothing crazy there. Looking back on it right now, I feel like that was good enough because it was just background ambiances. I was mainly concerned about the punches with this, but looking back now, looking at how violent this is, let's see if it'll play. Sorry, that was a little loud. Just looking at how violent the, let's see. I mean, it's pretty tame, the flow of water, but it's just so big. Like it's a tame flow of acid, but it is big. So I think maybe I should have done like a bathtub or something. I'd probably try that if I had to do this again. And then the last part here, this wasn't in the original. I chose to add it though. I was surprised. There was no sound effect for the combo counter in the original. I just added. I wanted something a little bit more clicky, but this is what I found matched the most. Just kind of fading away. I think it goes from left ear to right ear or something. No, I don't know. It just kind of fades away. Anyway, it just kind of goes off in the distance. You wouldn't notice it too much. Anyways, I think I covered everything. Yeah, I didn't go too deep into the effects. Oh shit, I got a lot of stuff there. I think that's my slide. Yeah, just a lot of saturation, compression, EQ. I pretty much I kept it very basic. EQ and compression for most things, and then every now and then some frequency shifting. And that's about it. So if we want to look at the completed product again. That was wonderful. Oh, hey, see, it happened to me like 15 tries to show it off the first time. So that was first try right there, and it crapped out at the end. So I think that's everything I wanted to show. I want to give a big thank you to David Dumais Audio. He was really helpful. His tutorial for this type of thing, for me doing my own version, I'm going to link that in the description below. It's a great sound design channel. So yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks for watching.